Have you ever felt this? You have a goal, a real goal, something that excites you, something that makes you feel alive. You believe in it. You start taking action. You make plans. You try to move forward. But after some time, something strange begins to happen. The finish line still feels very far away. You start losing confidence. Sometimes you feel frustrated. Sometimes you feel angry. And sometimes you simply stop doing the things you planned to do. You procrastinate. You doubt yourself. You start wondering if the goal is even possible. If you've ever felt like this, you are not alone. Almost every person who tries to achieve something meaningful experiences this moment. The moment when the dream still feels real, but the distance feels overwhelming. So what should you do when this happens? How do you keep moving forward when the future feels uncertain? The answer may surprise you. Stop focusing on the goal and start focusing on the process. Dreaming is powerful. Visualizing success can motivate us. But if you constantly think about the final result, you begin to feel like someone waiting to win the lottery. You imagine the reward, but you lose focus on the daily actions. Instead, set your goal, create a clear plan, and then shift your attention to the system. The small steps, the daily actions, the process. Because progress rarely comes from huge, dramatic moments. It comes from small victories repeated over time. A manager may want motivated employees. That is the goal. But the real work is the process. Helping people discover their potential, organizing training, listening to feedback, improving communication. A teacher may want students to succeed, but success does not appear overnight. It comes from preparation, new teaching methods, testing ideas, learning what works. In other words, goals give direction, but systems create results. And there is something even more important. If you want to reach a new future, you must start becoming that person today. Many people imagine success as something that will change them. They think, when I succeed, I will become confident. When I achieve my goal, I will become brave. But in reality, the order works the other way around. You become the person first, and the results follow. An entrepreneur does not become confident after success. They develop courage, responsibility, and persistence first. And those qualities create success. The same is true for every dream. The person you become is more important than the goal itself. And when the distance between where you are and where you want to be feels overwhelming, there is one powerful strategy. Break the journey into stages. Imagine someone who wants to save $1 million, but today they saved only 20. Or someone who dreams of running a marathon, but can barely run 3 kilometers. If they only look at the final destination, motivation disappears. But when the journey is divided into stages, every step becomes a victory. Every small success builds confidence, and confidence builds momentum. But achieving something meaningful also requires something deeper. You must work on your mindset. You must face your fears. Because ambitious goals often change how people see you. Not everyone will understand your journey. Sometimes, people feel uncomfortable when someone close to them begins to grow, because your progress reminds them of their own unrealized dreams. And that is why courage matters. You must be willing to be different. You must be willing to continue moving forward even when others do not understand. Another powerful skill is persistence. Choose the most difficult task on your list and complete it before moving to something easier. Each time you overcome resistance, You prove something important to yourself, that you are capable of doing hard things, and that confidence will stay with you. But one more quality separates truly successful people: humility. Great people understand something very simple. They don't know everything. They are open to learning. They admit mistakes. They listen to feedback. And because of that, they keep growing. Communication also matters. Success rarely happens alone. It requires relationships, connections, conversations. Many people are afraid to ask for help, but learning to communicate opens doors you never expected. And finally, there is one responsibility no one else can take for you: your own life. Circumstances may influence your path, but the moment you take responsibility, you gain power. Power to change direction, power to adapt, power to keep moving. And one last thing: perfection is not required. Waiting for the perfect moment often becomes the biggest obstacle. Action creates clarity, practice creates growth, and belief in yourself creates possibility. Because sometimes the biggest battle is not with the world. It is with the voice inside your mind that says, "You can't do it." And when that voice appears, remember something important. You have already overcome challenges before. You have already achieved things you once thought were impossible. And if it happened once, it can happen again.